Hey guys, and welcome back into the channel. Back for yet another Big Brother 2, episode 17 review. A solid episode, no doubt about it. I will, obviously say, and I'll get to it, but a couple house guests could just completely lose their fucking mind in this episode. But we'll get to that. Episode starts out with some backlash from what happened in episode 16 in terms of Bunky and his vote against his best friend in the house, Kent. I kind of had talked about in episode 16 how I thought that would not benefit him in the long run. And you're seeing it the very next episode. Krista and Nicole in particular had a major problem with the way the Bunky voted. They thought that it showed, he doesn't really have anyone's back. He's not loyal. And I don't necessarily agree. I think they're kind of piling on. I do think Bunky is loyal, as much as he can be. I don't think he should have voted against Kent, but ultimately it didn't matter. I do think Bunky's a good guy, and I think they kind of are piling on. But it was a stupid way to vote. There was no need to do it. And ultimately, at least a majority of the House lost respect for him and now kind of doubt his loyalty. And they would doubt his loyalty now in the future, which obviously isn't going to bode well for him if he tries to, make any type of alliances, in the final 5-6 weeks. So Bunky's kind of in a tough spot here, it looks like, at the start of the episode. Then we have a segment where Nicole is going around the house trying to get, just trying to talk to people. She's trying to figure out who she wants to nominate. She ends up talking to Monica, and she's looking at Monica in the face, and she's telling her, like, give me a reason not to nominate you, because I don't want to. I need a reason. Monica doesn't really give one. Ultimately, Nicole says, look, you and Krista are really, like a really powerful, pair of two, and you got to understand how you guys being such a strong pair is not good for me. And, Monica, kind of understands that. She realizes it. But she responds by saying, well, you and Hardy are the same way, which is true. But I think in this situation, I think because Nicole holds all the cards as HOH, has all the power, and Monica doesn't have any at this point, I don't think that was a really good response. Maybe, if you don't respond that way now, maybe Monica stays, she wins HOH next week, and then, if you want to nominate Nicole, you can go to her and kind of use that same logic that, Nicole used and say, look, you and Hardy are a strong pair too. That's why I'm nominating you. But I thought Monica in that spot, by responding saying, well, you and Hardy are a powerful group of two, I think, if anything, that's going to make Nicole want to nominate Monica more because, it shows that she's onto her, it shows that she does see her and Hardy as a threat. So I just thought, being that she wasn't in any sort of a powerful position, I didn't think that was a smart response. Then we have a moment outside on the patio, which is great. Will goes to, it's just more Dr. Will playing fucking Big Brother. Do that fucking goddamn motorcycle. Jesus. Want to get in on the BB2 review, I guess. We got Will goes to Hardy out on the patio. Will basically says, completely throws Krista under the bus at this point. Seemingly on a whim here, because they don't really show why, but it was great television and Will is hilarious. But he goes outside, and he basically tells Hardy that Krista encouraged him, that they had a discussion previously, that if Will won HOH, Krista almost insinuates you should nominate Hardy. And keep in mind, Krista and Hardy are supposed to be real tight and close. Krista basically says, what would Shannon wanted you to do? Will, if you won HOH, who would Shannon have wanted you to nominate? And Will says, well, Hardy. And Krista looks back at him smiling. Yeah, that's who you should nominate. So she does kind of, old sweet Krista, who just is friends with everybody and isn't deceptive or anything. There she is being deceptive. She'll never admit it, but there she was. We see it on film. She's playing Big Brother, which is fine. But the fact of the matter is they won't admit that they're playing a game like this. They all just think they're great people, except Will. And so Will completely throws her under the bus there. You can tell he's having a great time doing it. At the end of the segment, Hardy, and Hardy's buying it. At the end of the segment, he says that if he had a choice right now, he would put up Monica and Krista. And obviously, that was not the frame of mind he had just a few minutes prior, before Will went to him with that information. So it shows that Will persuaded Hardy, which was the goal. Will accomplishes his goal as per the standard. Then we have Monica and Krista are outside in the hot tub. Monica's like on another fucking planet entirely. I don't know what she's doing. She's just absolutely bizarre. I was a little confused, and Monica's nuts, so that's probably why. But the whole Monica and Krista stuff, I was confused with what exactly they were talking about. Obviously, I got that they were upset with Will. Krista calls Will over, and she's a total bitch to him, tells Will to kiss her ass. I get why Krista is mad because of the last segment. But the thing is, she didn't catch wind of that segment, so I don't exactly understand why she's mad at Will. Will ultimately does say, like, Krista is obviously upset about being nominated. Her back is against the wall. She's feeling the pressure. So she's kind of just mad at everybody. No matter what your level of involvement was, she just pissed off. But seemingly she takes it out on Will. Monica's pissed as well. Monica's just having I don't know what the fuck she's on this episode. She's nuts. Then, Will's in the diary room. He basically says that, again, which he said before, but he kind of reiterates it, that it's really catching up to everybody in the house now. And that the only difference between them and him is that from the very beginning, Will told everybody, or told us, and admitted it to himself, most importantly, that he is going to be dishonest in this house. He said it in his opening package in episode 1, that he's the biggest liar. And, you got a person like Hardy and people like Monica and people like Krista who just won't admit it to themselves, but they're starting to realize that they're evil too. And that's the way this game is. And I think, again, Will's just having a great time watching everyone kind of, scatter and everyone freak out and everyone losing their composure. And Will's just playing it cool. And basically, he's like a Big Brother robot. Like, that's a good way of putting it. I think this season is almost like you took a bunch of people that had no idea what they were getting themselves into, and you stuck them in a house with a Big Brother robot, and meaning Will. And, you get the result you ultimately get at the end of the season, and you're seeing it really start to develop. In the beginning, this episode, I think, is the beginning of Dr. Will at his finest. And last episode. I would say last episode was the beginning of it. This was the second episode, I would say. Then we have, Krista. So I got into Monica. She's becoming unbelievably dreadful to watch. Then you got Krista. She's also becoming unbelievably annoying. The one good thing I would say about this episode is you got Hardy. He finally admits in a segment in the middle of the episode and he says it to Krista. He's like, look, you know what? I realize I'm not fucking going through all this crap for anyone but me, which is fine. Hardy, that you may view that as a selfish statement. You might have thought previously that comes across as selfish to America, but that's not what it comes across as. It comes across as you're fucking playing a game. You signed up to go on a show to try to win $500,000. Not just for you, but for your entire family. Why would you allow Krista to go give her family a better life when you can do that for your own family? That's just stupid. You are supposed to be there to want to win. So I was so fucking happy, and I like Hardy 5 times more just because of that little line he said when he said, look, I'm here for myself. Thank you. A moment of honesty, a moment of truthfulness from Hardy. Hopefully he continues it in future episodes, because that was one of the best, the best moments I think for him in quite a while. Of course, Krista didn't like that, but too fucking bad. Then we have Krista. She basically, this was a bizarre segment. Krista goes to Nicole. She's absolutely panicking. She tells Nicole, like, look, I'm not comfortable being nominated no more. Whatever. But she basically says, look, Nicole, if you nominate me, you are so screwed next week. Which Nicole's response is, well, you're threatening me now? Like, that's not a good way to play this. But the whole thing was bizarre because Krista's like, it doesn't even make sense what she's saying. How is Nicole screwed? Let's look at the house. Hardy likes Nicole more. Will likes Nicole more. Bunky doesn't really care either way. If Krista goes home, Bunky's not going to be mad at Nicole. The only one is Monica. So you're telling me Nicole should be so terrified of evicting you because Monica might come after her? Monica hasn't won shit, never will win shit. Monica could be in from Big Brother 1 to Big Brother 21. She could have been of every season. She probably never would have won an HOH the whole fucking time in 21 years. Okay, I'm not afraid of Monica. She might scream at me and start rattling off things that no one fucking understands, but I'm not afraid of her. And Krista getting in her face like that, I think Nicole obviously does keep her composure, because I would have been like, okay, you're 100% going on the block, and I'm going to make sure you go home this week. Like, that is, you don't, like, that was stupid. Trying to threaten somebody when you have nothing to, like, scare them with. Monica, because if Krista gets evicted, she's gone. What is she going to do? Dumb. Krista had a horrible episode. Stupid. Then we had a Nicole and Will segment in the HOH room, a great segment. Again, as I've stated before, Will and Nicole, when they have moments together, when they have segments together, it's always the best. It's always the best parts of episodes, the best part of the season. Nicole and Will are two of my favorite people. I like Will with her and alone. While Nicole, I mostly like when she's involved with Will. But from here on out, she's involved with Will most of the time. So I love when they're together. Then ultimately at the end of the episode, the house has a big meeting. They're all, obviously there's been chaos through the entire episode. Monica and Krista are pissed at Will. Will's telling Hardy about things about Krista. Nicole and Monica are getting into it. Nicole and Krista are getting into it. It's just chaos. Well, we'll throw one more thing in the hat. Krista and Hardy go at it in this meeting. Krista's mad, but she can't really explain why she's mad. Hardy doesn't understand why she's mad. I don't understand why she's mad. I mean, she's just nuts. And it's sour grapes, poor sportsmanship. She knows her back's against the wall, and she just is making herself look stupid. Obviously, the Untouchables get the group, the Untouchables, that was talked about last episode, that was made aware of everyone last episode. That gets brought up during the meeting. Chris is trying to tell Nicole, like, look, you're perceiving the group Untouchables wrong. It wasn't a real strong alliance. It was almost like a joke. Krista says, we never plotted against anyone. But ultimately, Nicole's like, look, I wasn't involved with that group. Whether it was a serious group, a small group, the end result was you and Hardy had an alliance with Monica that I wasn't made aware of. You had every opportunity to tell me about it. You never did. That obviously does not make me happy. She also tells Hardy, along with Krista, that she didn't like it. But ultimately, Krista and Monica get nominated. Good, because they both deserved it from their performances in this episode, their behavior in the house this last couple days. They're losing their minds. I'd be good with the double eviction. Let's start that. I know there isn't any in BB2, but I wish there was. Let's get them both out of the house. And yeah, this episode I could describe it in one way. Will is amazing, and Monica is nuts. That's the best way to describe this episode. Hardy says something that's very true at the end, where he says, like, look, half the time Monica's just like speaking in riddles, and you don't understand what she's saying, and she's definitely not doing herself any favors in the house. But yeah, guys, this was a really good episode. Will and Nicole had a good episode. Hardy I liked better in this episode than previously. Bunky started out in a really bad spot at the beginning, but I think all the chaos around him really helped Bunky, kind of made him invisible in the second half of the episode, which is where he needs to be at this point. All in all, a pretty damn good episode. I'll be back for my episode 18 review tomorrow. Thanks for checking in, guys, and I hope you're enjoying these. Like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you soon, guys. I'm out.